guys
What? Are you?
Don't tell me what to do with my mic.
Well, you're the one who always moves my mic because my hair was gonna be in it. Your scraggly old beard is all up in there.
Definitely picking
That
up
is disgusting.
Definitely,
That is so gross. It's so gross.
definitely getting some beard in her
Make
beard.
sure you keep your head like this the whole time when you do it, so it shoots out that way. It doesn't go down. So you can't be looking down like that. You're all up in that mic.
Every time you look down, I'm getting stuff on this for sure.
You better move it over to like
Shut up,
up
Nick.
on your shoulder. Clip it up here.
I think you just need, the longer your beard gets, the lower your V-necks need to start getting.
Gross and gross. No. I can't.
The old deep V.
Are we recording right now?
We're about
Yeah.
to.
Can you get a video?
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
Woo!
Starting off great. All right, let's go.
Hey guys, I'm Jameson and this is Jamie, and this is our weekly wrap up. Ooh.
I lost count a long time ago.
36?
35.
Anyway, it's one of our weekly wrap ups, and it's been, 2 weeks or so since the last time we recorded one of these, and we have gotten a lot done. So as you can see behind us, we've got cabinets in, but let's start from the beginning. We got
all of our doors delivered. I think that was like the first step that led to where we are now.
The interior doors.
Yeah, so the doors, we needed the doors delivered and installed before we could get the flooring installed, so we didn't have to go and back cut all the
jams.
The jams.
So we started installing the doors, and I came up with quite a little, a nice little installation process.
He's a pro now.
I am. I feel like I could install a door really well and really quickly.
Because you still have more to install.
But we actually had her dad's friend, who is a trim carpenter, come over and give us some tips. The first process that we used was really elaborate and kind of confusing. So after we got it nailed down, literally nailed down. You like that?
God, you're so stupid. Keep going.
Things started going a lot faster. So we got those doors installed. However, we did have some issues with the doors themselves. There was just some issues, some defects from the manufacturers with almost every single door.
Every single door. So every single door that we have installed, they will be replaced.
Yeah, so we contacted Jeldwin, and they're working with us as far as replacing the doors and getting someone out here. Jeldwin and Home Depot, actually Home Depot has been kind of our saving grace as far as that stuff goes, because Jeldwin didn't really want to work with us very much, but Home Depot, what's her name?
Holly at Home Depot in Ann Arbor. I love her.
She's been awesome. She's been great. She's making sure that we're taken care of and that the doors are going to get to us and installed.
Yeah. So everything will get taken care of as far as the door situation. But once we had those installed, we got our wood floors installed.
Yeah. So we needed the doors installed first so that they could back cut right at the right at the floor height. And then run the floor underneath of all the jams. And then actually Jamie's dad owns a business called Esquire Interiors in Ann Arbor, and he has a flooring crew that came and did an excellent job with the floors. These are really, really nice floors, and I didn't want to screw them up. I wanted to make sure that it was done right. So we just had the professionals do it. And the thing that made me most nervous about installing them is that the floors go from one end of the house to the other, which is it's like 70 or 80 feet. And to keep a straight line down both of these halls and everything, I wanted to make sure it was done right.
Where the mudroom meets the hall of where the wood floors are, we were gonna go, well, we did. We coped the wood into the tile, so we actually had to end up laying the tile.
We wanted tile in the mudroom. So, and then the end of the hall doesn't line up with
the door, like the doorway isn't like straight across, so there's really no good transition. You could do something awkward, but we ended up bringing a hex tile into the wood floor, which turned out really cool. I really love how that turned out.
Kind of laid it out organically so that it kind of creeped into the hallway a little bit at the end, and then left the full full hex tiles and then cope the wood into it. So it turned out really great.
Yeah, so while they were installing the wood floors, we were actually installing the mudroom floors. So when they got to that point at the hall, they could easily just cut the wood into the tile.
Yeah.
And it turned out really, really good.
And then I got a little carried away one night and went ahead and tiled the half bathroom. I came back after dinner and I was here until about 1:30 a.m., 1:30 to 2 a.m. tiling, laying down the Ditra.
The plan was just to put the Ditra mat down and then to come back and tile like the next day. And then it was like at 11 o'clock at night and I'm like, he's not coming home. He's gonna tile everything. Well, everything's gonna be tiled.
I knew we were taking off the next day.
Yeah, so everything got tiled in that room. And it turned out really cool. We did this really cool, is it a cement tile?
I don't know if it's actually cement.
But it's from B&H. We got it through Esquire Interiors.
B&F.
B&F.
B&H is the photo people.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's why I think of that every time. I get that confused every single time we talk about that. Okay, B&F.
B&F is a tile company.
Yeah.
Or manufacturer, I guess you could say.
Manufacturer.
But yeah, that was something that we got through her dad. And it really turns out really good. With the Ditra underneath, it's a Schluter product that you lay down, adhere to the subfloor, and then it's an uncoupling membrane. So basically, it uncouples the wood floor from the tile. So if the wood moves, it doesn't crack the tile. It also waterproofs the floor. So we laid that down, and then the tile set on top of that comes out to the perfect height to match the wood floor. So there's no transition there. It just goes right into the tile and it's gonna turn out great. Now we'll have to actually lay, we can't do traditional grout in between the wood floor and the tile because we need something a little bit more flexible. So we're gonna use a grout caulk and possibly even an epoxy grout, which is just a really high-end grout that's more flexible, and if the wood moves, it'll move with it without breaking free. What else did we do?
We've also we hung the cabinets.
We started setting cabinets.
We have kind of a kitchen.
Yeah, once the floors got in, we could start moving cabinets around. They were all stacked up in the master bedroom, so we needed to run the wood into there, so we started moving them into place, and then we ended up just starting to set them. We started with the laundry room, and we got most of the laundry room done. There's a couple of upper cabinets that still need to go in after the countertops. And then we moved into the pantry. In the pantry, we decided to do a couple of lower cabinets with drawers and doors and some other cool stuff like some root vegetable storage. And then we moved into the kitchen, which I kind of was not looking forward to because there's a lot going on in here. They're really tall, big cabinets. But we started with this wall back here, which our refrigerator and dishwasher and sink is on. We got that all knocked out in one day. It took us a couple of tries, but once we started laying it out, since they're trapped between two walls, we laid the first half of it out, and then once we started to lay the rest of it out, we realized that it was going to be too tight to this wall, so I had to come back, pull out that filler piece, and then cut it down and reset everything. But we got it done. And then it was on to this wall, which, as you can see, that's a pretty big hood. So that definitely took a lot more work than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, I think this wall took a whole day to set these cabinets, but.
Yeah, most of the afternoon yesterday, but we got it done. I've got the island cabinets set into place. I was working on that this morning, but right now they're just dry set because we don't actually have power here right now. So the electricians are gonna have to pull power from another outlet and bring it into the island. Because we are going to have garbage disposal and a mini fridge over there.
I think it's code to have it.
And I think it is code to have power in the island.
It has to be done. But we've also done, in the meantime, we work on a few little projects. We've hung a lot of light fixtures.
We got some of our railing installed. We went with the brand of decking that we had was Moisture Shield, and we also got railings from them as well.
Yeah.
And they're really nice.
And they're super simple to install. I kind of like the whole
the
whole process is pretty easy.
Some other railings already come kind of pre-assembled, but I've seen those and they seem a little bit more flimsy. These are like a thicker gauge steel or aluminum actually. So I feel like they're a more durable and more substantial product, which I really like.
So we started installing that. We still have to do it down the stairs, but
Yep.
we got most of it installed in the top portion of the deck.
We also hung some light fixtures, one of which was this massive 12 light chandelier in our living room.
Yeah,
which was
really sketchy. It was small scaffolding with a tall ladder on top of it, and he was like climbing to the top of it. I had like a mild heart attack.
Basically, you have this threaded rod that you have to thread into the mounting block at the top.
Yeah.
And so I'm holding the whole light fixture, wiring it up, and then trying to thread this thing into
Standing on top
mounting
of
block.
the top of a ladder on top of scaffolding
Yeah.
with our brand new wood floors down.
Yeah.
Talk about nerve-wracking.
It was nerve-wracking.
That was sketchy. But
But we
it's
got it
done
done.
and it's up. The next light that I think we're just gonna have somebody else install that's really sketchy is the stairway light. I don't even want to attempt that one. We're just gonna leave to somebody else to do.
It's going down into the basement, so it's not only is it's a 10-foot ceiling, but then you've got all the stairwell below it.
Yeah.
So it's there would definitely have to be some major setup that takes place to get that installed, and it's a big one.
Yeah.
So, we
other
actually
than that, we're wrapping up stuff on the exterior of the house.
Yeah.
Stonework, fireplace went in finally.
yeah
And we're just kind of finishing up the front porch. There's just a lot of like, finishing up work that is happening on the exterior of the house. And pretty soon we are going to have the excavator back out here to do the final grade.
Yeah, well, we've got to pour all the exterior pads first, so we'll have the concrete guys out here pouring all of those, and then the excavator will come back and do our septic system, and as well as our final grade to those pads. So we got to have all those in place so that he can grade to those. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and wrap up this weekly wrap up for now. Thank you guys for tuning in, and until next time,
Be safe and happy building.
we'll see y'all later.